Hello there.
Well, hello, beautiful.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fandom Fights. We are here in the singles summer tournament. We have a pretty epic match for you today. We got Antonio Chavez going up against the former singles and teams champion Joe Farrelly. Nick, thoughts on this match? This round one match. This could easily be a finals match. This is nuts.
Yeah. No. Every match in this tournament is going to be insane. Joe, straight up, is probably a lot of people's favorite to win this whole thing, based on the last one standing performance, based on even last year, even though he came out with a losing record, like those losses were in title matches and contender matches to Brittany Tapley, where he almost won all of them. So Joe's probably everyone's favorite, but Antonio has nearly played a perfect game this year. Had to beat 4 people to get his spot here. He is maybe the most intimidating 15 seed we've ever seen in a tournament. So I wouldn't be shocked to see an upset today. But if Antonio really wants to make a statement, I think taking out a lot of people's number one pick to win the whole thing would be a huge statement. I think it's possible. I'm excited to see it. Tim, say things.
Yeah, crazier things have happened. Like, we've seen like much wilder things happen in tournaments before. I think Antonio has the knowledge to pull it off. All it takes is just a couple mistakes on Joe's part, which he's done before. It's happened. Like, he's not invincible. So, but I'm super excited because I think Antonio is playing at the top of his game, and he's also I think caliber wise, he's also played in title matches with Galacti's Nuts. So, even though this isn't a title match, he has the same type of experience that Joe has across the board in Fandom Fights. So, I think this is really exciting. Let's go talk to them right now in the promos.
Antonio, it's exciting to see you back on that couch in New Jersey, or that daybed, whatever you're sitting on. I know you've played some of your best games from that daybed. So how you feeling?
Pretty good, man. Yeah, it has been a while. Wow, had a lot of good memories, some heartbreakers, but some good victories from this very spot. I'm hoping I can pull out one today. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough match, man. Joe's no joke. And yeah, I always feel like when it comes to Joe, I always feel like I need more luck than skill. I'm hoping to eventually get to that point where it is mostly about skill. But yeah, I'm hoping luck falls in my favor today, man.
You're a dangerous player. Maybe that is dangerous as a vaping habit, but you're dangerous.
I appreciate that, man.
Let's just hold on. No, I'm not having this. No. Number 2 seed. Number 2. I feel disrespected, David. I feel disrespected. It should be the number 1 seed. But you know what? That's not on Antonio. What I am going to do is show Antonio a lot of respect and play a match like he is the player he is.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't matter the seed. You have won tournaments from every seed. So you know how to do it. So just do it.
But fuse.
I think David might be my favorite person at doing promos that are just like, I think he's trying to say something super profound and it just comes out a little silly. Like, he's like, you've won tournaments from every seed, so just fucking do that again. just do that. Like, I just love the way he's like, just do it. And then he looks at the camera. That's all. No, this is great. Great promos. And I love the shade at the vaping. Good job, John. Good job, John. So let's get into it with round number 1. Nick, how's it going to work?
Round number 1 is going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each player is going to have 15 seconds to write down their answer. At the end of 15 seconds, we will say pens down. At which point, the players will reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece, and should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number 1, they would receive a bonus question. Each player will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, any questions as we enter round number 1?
No. Good luck, Antonio.
Good luck to you.
Your first question comes in the category of James Bond. Who kills Emilio Largo in Thunderball?
Whew. It's been a minute since we've shot a match.
Yeah.
How's your day?
Good. We went for we did like a walk, like a 5K walk. My legs hurt.
I can imagine. I figured that's what you were doing when you snapped
With the pups.
Yeah, the doggos. 1, pens down. Let's start with Antonio.
I said James Bond.
And Joe.
Domino.
Domino is correct. All right, your next question. Coming from the category of epic adventures. In Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Oxley repeats the phrase 3 times it drops. What was he referring to? Very exciting stuff. We're obviously shooting this in the past of when the people are seeing it. But in 1 week, I'm going to see your beautiful beard in person.
Oh, yeah.
That's next week, bud.
Yeah, we're going to go pretend like we're Spider-Man and
oh, really cool. 5,
swing around.
4, 3, 2, I'm down. 1, pens down. There's probably weirder shit in New York. Let's go to Joe.
That's how it's written in my notes. 3 consecutive waterfalls.
And Antonio.
I just said a waterfall.
Waterfall is correct. So, Nick, what is next?
Next question comes to the category of Star Trek. Which Star Trek film features the quote, "All that time and space, getting on each other's nerves, and what do we do when shore leave comes along? We spend it together."
So Maggie and I did buy tickets for a Broadway production. We are seeing, yeah. And then she said to me, she goes, "You know, we have to dress up for Broadway." And I said, "I'm pretty sure that Nick wore a wizard's robe to the show."
No, we didn't. I wanted to, but I was also surprised. So if I was like, "Let's wear our robe," and do it
yeah, that's fair. Let's go to Antonio.
Star Trek 5, Final Frontier.
And Joe.
Final Frontier.
Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier is correct. 3-2. Your next question is in the category of the MCU. Who plays Kingo in Eternals? Yeah, so we're doing that on the last night. We'll be there. It'll be very, very exciting. Took forever to buy tickets, though. My card got declined the first time I tried because they were like, "You don't live in New York." And I was like, "Yes, but I'm going there." And then they were like, "Oh, okay, so we'll approve your card then." And then I tried
your bank was like,
"You don't live in." And then I tried again the next day, and they were like, "Hey, you don't live in New York." 5.
You can do things other places.
2, 1, pens down. Let's go to Joe.
Kumail Nanjiani.
And Antonio.
Oh, that bastard. I said Brian Tyree Henry.
Kumail Nanjiani is correct. Nick, what is next?
Next question comes to the category of Disney animation. What type of animal is Pua in Moana?
Yeah, I was pissed. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try this like tomorrow and see what happens. And the next morning, I stopped off for my soda and donuts and gas at Quick Trip, and my card got declined.
Do they call that a donut?
I don't think they call it anything.
Oh, they're missing out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Antonio.
A rooster?
And Joe.
I really hope someone doesn't screenshot this and use this to abuse my career, but pig.
Pig is correct. I get it. It took me a second. Your next question is coming from the category of Marvel. Hey, Bucky, what's up? Your next question, Marvel. What is the real first name of Cletus Cassidy's girlfriend Shriek in Venom? Let There Be Carnage. My daughter, who has a name that I don't want to say because that's a possible answer to this question. Hey, what's up? How are you doing? You taking a nap?
Talking to your dog?
Yeah, she's right there. Oh God, I edited that video where she was in the final thing and she was like hitting the keyboard and stuff. So friggin' funny. 5, 4, 3.
Is she walking around?
1. Pens down. Oh, I heard a repeat from Joe. Your question again. What is the real first name of Cletus Cassidy's girlfriend Shriek in Venom Let There Be Carnage? Yeah, she's right here. She's flying. Flying,
Oh,
Oh.
how are you doing that?
flying baby.
Hits the keyboard, ends the match.
I can see it. That video, oh my man, editing that was so funny. 5,
That's
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Joe
Yeah, I said Victoria, I didn't have it.
and Antonio.
Yes, Bonnie.
Both are incorrect. The answer is Francis.
Yeah.
Francis. So what is next, Nick?
Next question comes to the category of the Wizarding World. How many presents did Dudley Dursley get on his 11th birthday, which he claimed was one less than the year before in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone?
Great question.
Yes,
I need to rewatch these. It's been a hot sec.
you should do a rewatch and then go see the thing.
I can't rewatch all those in a week. We're also rewatching Apes right now because of the new one next week too.
Oh, that's fun.
5, 4,
You should still
3,
get them in there.
2, 1. Pens down. Maybe on the plane I'll watch a couple of them. Let's go to Antonio.
33?
Very close. Joe.
36.
36 was last year. I had 37.
Oh, right.
30.
Middle-aged woman.
Nick, what do you have as the score?
I have 7-2, Tim. Or 6-2, Tim.
That is what I have as well. All right. So your next question is coming from the category of the worlds of DC. Who oversees the Starro project and is eventually ripped apart by him in The Suicide Squad?
So, relax.
I didn't say anything.
You said a novel.
Just with my face.
Rise.
Yeah, that's fair. my shit-eating grin.
I didn't write this.
I know you didn't. I know. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Joe.
Blanked.
And Antonio.
The Thinker?
The Thinker is correct. So Antonio cuts into that lead a little bit. It is 6-3. What is next, Nick?
Your penultimate question comes in the category of DC. Who composed the score for Watchmen?
You a fan of the Detective Comics?
Is that what that stands for?
What? Yeah. You didn't know that? Are you pretending to be my sister because of that story I told a couple matches ago?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. I was like, I thought we just talked about this.
Yeah.
5, 4.
Anyway, do you watch Men?
What? Antonio, let's go to you.
Hans Zimmer?
And Joe.
Tyler Bates.
Tyler Bates is correct. All right, let's get into your final question of the round. In the category of mixed bag, what could it be? Your question is, what fandom film is about World War II airborne veterans performing a robbery? Remember that time I made a joke about you performing a crime, a robbery, and I said that you stole all of our hearts, and then everyone looked at me like that was a really bad joke, but I thought it was really sweet.
Thanks for bringing it back up.
Yep. 5, 4.
Repeat the question.
All right, that is the first repeat for Antonio. What fandom film is about World War II airborne veterans performing a robbery? I think you look good in a hat. You can pull it off. You said you don't normally wear hats.
Yeah, I wore one this morning, so I didn't want to
Shower.
do anything. And we were going for a walk, like we were doing a 5K. So and I've just been wearing it ever since. And now my hair looks like this.
It looks pretty normal. 5.
I would disagree.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Joe.
Ocean's 11 from the 60s.
And Antonio.
It's the one I still haven't seen. I just guessed Red 2.
Joe is correct. So, Nick, at the end of round number 1, I have Joe in the lead 8-3. Is that what you have?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right. How's round number 2 going to work?
Round number 2 is going to work like this. It is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 Fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each player will get a spin at the wheel if they like. They spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they could choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep it. They spin the second time. You get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you like check down multiple choice. In which case, it will only be worth 1, but be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. Your categories on the wheel today are James Bond, Pixar, DC, Mixed Bag, Criminal Underworld, Marvel, Sci-Fi Icons, and Star Trek. Take it away, Tim.
All right, Joe, you're in the lead. You want to spin first or defer?
First, please.
Shocked. All right. Hit it, Nick.
It's been hit.
It lands in the films that make me cry.
Okay, so we don't want it to make us cry, so let's spin again.
Look, it's a great wheel. I think we can afford to go
Yeah.
for it. I'm pretty happy with anything on the second
Yeah.
spin. So let's go.
Here we go.
Great.
And it lands on opponent's choice. Goodbye to David. Hello to John.
Well, you probably know better than me, Antonio, what you'd like to give him. I don't know. Mixed bag is there. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's
I mean, wait. Can I hear the categories again, please?
You can. Those categories are James Bond, Pixar, DC, Mixed Bag, Criminal Underworld, Marvel, Sci-Fi Icons, and Star Trek.
Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking about this mixed bag.
I would say don't give him James Bond. Don't do it.
Well,
If
yeah.
you want to, don't. Mixed
Good
bags.
advice.
And then you've probably watched way more Fandom matches than I have.
Yeah,
So I don't know what he's necessarily bad at. I've heard nothing.
Exactly. That's why, it's kind of like it's not really giving him anything bad. So I'd rather go with mixed bag and hopefully.
So just do that. That way you can't spin it either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Bag.
All right, Nick, will you go ahead and give Joe his questions in mixed bag? Ooh, what could it be?
Gladly, Joe, I'll be giving you your questions in the category of Mixed Bag. Are you prepared for them?
Sure.
Your first question. Which MCU film features a pink alien named Barit?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who plays CIA operative John Clark in The Sum of All Fears?
Mia
Fine.
Schreiber.
That is correct for 2 points. Joe, your third question. Complete this quote from Return of the Jedi. Your thoughts betray you, Father. I feel the good in you. The blank. We're looking for one word.
Conflict.
That is correct for 2 points. Joe, your penultimate question. In Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, the young boy Kino is a skilled fighter, but also has what profession when we first meet him?
Pizza delivery guy.
That is correct for 2 points. And Joe, your final question. In Man of Steel, Clark, as a young boy, first begins to experience his powers in a classroom. Where does he run to hide from everyone during this time?
A closet.
That is correct for 2 more points and a clean sweep of Mixed Bag.
That was nasty, Nick. Joe gets his total up to 18. Is that what you have?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, so I'll bring back in John. And the wheel. This is going to be the spin for Antonio.
That I'm going to do because I
Yes.
remember.
Just
I
rip off
think
the
at that
band.
point, someone in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie has a pizza delivery job. That's crazy.
That's on James Bond.
Hell no. Spin
Yeah,
again.
you gotta respin that just for posterity. Yeah, no, yeah, get rid of that.
That's fair. Here we go.
Ah!
Spinner's choice.
Oh, gee.
Antonio, you know yourself. What do you like?
Give me. I've been giving effort to this. Give me Criminal Underworld.
Right.
All right, Antonio, I'll be giving you your questions in the category of Criminal Underworld. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, your first question. Which Criminal Underworld film features someone killing someone else by causing a horse to kick them?
John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum.
That's correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who plays Han Lu throughout the Fast and Furious saga?
Sung Kang.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question. What specifically and ultimately happens to the money that was stolen in Ocean's 11, 1960?
Hey, multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, it is put in a bank vault. B, it burns up. C, it falls into the ocean. Or D, it is gambled away on roulette.
I guess D.
D is incorrect, Joe. Chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, it is put in a bank vault? B, it burns up? C, it falls into the ocean? Or D, it is gambled away on roulette?
B.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, Antonio, your next question. What physical impairment does the character Kane have in John Wick Chapter 4?
He is blind.
That is correct for 2 points. And your final question, Antonio, in this category. What is the first name of Hernan Reyes's son, the main villain of Fast X?
Dante.
That is correct for 2 more points. Avoiding a knockout, Nick. Antonio is at 11, and I have Joe at 19 with the steals. Is that what you have?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, let's get into round number 3. How's it going to work?
Well, round number 3. Round number 3 is going to work like this. It is the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Once players get a category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number 3?
Nope. All right, the first category you can bet points on is Law and Order. Let's get that starting with Joe.
2.
And Antonio.
Deuce.
All right, your question in Law and Order. How did Martin Riggs's wife die? Revealed in Lethal Weapon 2. Can you hear the baby crying in the distance?
No.
She's weeping.
Oh, no.
Probably has something to do with lunch.
Makes sense.
Yeah. She gets mad when we put vegetables on her plate.
I do too.
Big meat fan, though. Loves chicken, beef. Also loves pasta. Any noodle situation.
It's because I found out that pasta is basically just sugar.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Antonio.
That car accident.
And Joe.
I don't want to write accident because it was forced, but car collision.
Car accident, car collision, car wreck. Yeah, we can accept all those. So, all right. The score is 21-13. 8-point game. What's the next category, Nick?
Next category you have points on is mixed bag.
Let's get back starting with Antonio.
Hope for a miracle, 2.
And Joe.
2.
All right. Here's the sitch. If both players hit or both players miss, the game will go to Joe. If Antonio hits and Joe misses, then Antonio will stay alive and we'll move on to the next question. So what is the question, Nick?
Your question is, what sport do the characters Emmett, Foxy, and Grady play in different Fandom films? Boom, bop, boom, da, bop, boom, bop.
I see what you did there.
Da, bop, boom, bop. Meant to do it a while ago.
That's all right.
Thought meant to fix it. Didn't. Fixed it just now.
3, 2.
Might as well use it. Repeat.
All right. That's the second repeat for Antonio? Yes.
Indeed. Your question again. What sport do the characters Emmett, Foxy, and Grady play in different Fandom films?
I'm so tired.
Why?
Very sleepy.
Well, yeah, that's the definition of tired, but like I was looking for the
Probably the infant child destroying my home. But also, I was up late, and I got up early. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Antonio, let's start with you.
We're in New Jersey. I'm just gonna go with the guess. Basketball.
And Joe.
Twilight, Chicken Little, Freddy's Revenge, baseball.
And your winner, Joe Farrelly. The answer was baseball. Although, was it Freddy's Revenge?
Yes.
Oh, it was cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know. Anyway, great match. Joe being dominant as we anticipated him doing. But Antonio, valiant effort. But I think just a couple too many misses against someone like Joe. But how are your thoughts, Nick?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Antonio needed a bit better of a round one if he was gonna keep pace with Joe today. And truthfully, it was Ocean's 11, 1960 that screwed him. Maybe he'll watch it now, but if he didn't, I wouldn't blame him. But at the end of the day, it's sometimes just not seeing a single movie can be the difference between staying in a Fandom match and getting knocked out of it. And that's just what happened. Joe spins opponents, and you give him what anyone gives him 10 out of 10 times. And when he does that, it's just you can't come back from it. So Joe showing why he's one of the favorites to win the whole thing. Antonio put up a great fight. I'm excited to see Antonio back.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go talk to them right now in the post-match interviews.
Antonio, you've had a bit of a mountain to climb coming in today. You've had a killer year leading up to now. A couple of wins in regular season, winning the 5-way against 4 very good players. I think this is the first year we've had a 5-way that consisted of all people with positive records. Usually it's like people with lower records trying to make their way in the tournament, make a Cinderella run. But this year we had all people who very feasibly could have been in the tournament, and you came out on top of all those people. So you were definitely known to be underestimated coming in. But at the end of the day, Joe gave you very little wiggle room. And like Tim said, it's one miss here and there. If it's Ocean's 11, 1960 that gives up a 1-point steal that puts you out of it. That's just what happened today. How are you feeling? Are you discouraged, or are you ready to come back?
I mean, I guess someone like Joe, I kind of expected. Obviously I did hope for a better round one, and yeah, I'm like, great. Ocean's 11 has to come. That the original has to come up so many times. I'm like, all right, I gotta watch it eventually. I don't know. I gotta find the time. But if I had to lose someone, I mean, Joe's amazing. So I kind of expected that. I just hope to put up at least a better fight. But I just feel like I need more time, and then eventually I'll just start to round out my skills a lot more, and maybe just catch up on stuff that I haven't seen in a while.
Sure.
Obviously, because different things that I'm just like, I know that movie, but I haven't seen it in like a couple of years. So, I guess maybe beyond the tournament this early, it just gives me time to just reflect on what I need to really shore up and rewatch, and I'm just glad I was able to at least keep it to round 3. That's something I'm proud of.
Absolutely. John, thoughts on Antonio's performance?
I think you just got to watch Ocean's 11, I think, seeing as they hit you with it twice. That was crazy.
Yeah, maybe.
I would say that's my only advice. Watch that movie with all those guys my dad loves and idolizes, and then you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Antonio, you are out of the singles tournament. Depending on how last week went, you could still be going with Abel in the teams tournament. We don't know how that went, but regardless, we will see you again post-tournament at some point. Is there anyone you're hoping to face off against when we see you again?
Not anyone really. I just really want to. I know me and Abel had a good sort of return after a while, so I just hoping to keep that going. And what this sort of shows me that I don't want him to keep on carrying me, because if I keep having round ones like this, I'm not going to be any use to him. So I just got to get back on my game, and hopefully me and him can get that title. That's the main thing that I'm really focused on right now.
Absolutely. Antonio, I would say round ones like this are becoming the exception, not the rule for you. Yeah. I think you've gotten to a place where these are the exceptions. So I'm excited to see you back and excited to see you and Abel in the team's tournament. Congratulations on a great performance, and we'll see you again real soon. Joe, first time we've seen you in a tournament in 2 yees? Is that, or a singles tournament, obviously. You've been in every team's tournament, but first time in a singles tournament in a while, and I do agree. You are the number 2 seed. No shots, but the person who's the number 1 seed did win a title match last year. But 2, 1, 3, 4, no matter what it is, I think you'd be a favorite coming into this tournament, as David said. With a performance against someone like Antonio, it's very easy to see why. We're nervous coming in today. I know Antonio's not someone you can take lightly, and obviously no one else you're going to play in this tournament is someone you can take lightly. So walk us through your mindset going into this tournament.
So you are right. Antonio is definitely not a player you can take lightly. Just his work in singles and his work with D's Nuts is, it's there for all to see. But in terms of this tournament, there's not really much nerves, because if at any point I'm out of this tournament, I got a title shot.
That's true.
And it's helping me relax a lot for this tournament. Is that I know, obviously I want to get there this way. This is the way I want to do it. But if something goes wrong, it doesn't. And typically, being me, I'm really annoyed about those 2 misses in round 1, especially considering both of those actors that play those characters, 2 of my favorite franchises of all time. You have Moneypenny and the Doctor.
Yeah.
So that it does annoy me a little bit, but just blanked. It happens. Apart from teams, the first singles I've had since Last One Standing. So.
Yeah, absolutely. David, you played alongside Joe for quite a while, and obviously he had that killer year in 2022, right? 2022. I've never there's something different about him. Are you noticing a difference in the way he's sort of approaching things?
Yeah, I mean, usually he will have that one in the last question. I mean, that was the smart thing to do. He didn't. That's fine. I mean, look, he used to listen to me. That's what's changed. Maybe in the divorce, some discrepancy. No, but I mean, look, he is the favorite. I am in this tournament. I don't know.
You're in this tournament, yeah. We can remember you won your first round match as well. That happened already.
I was like, so yeah, he is the man to beat. And as he said, if somebody beats him, maybe they are looking at a triple threat. Who knows? So Joe's threat is going to be a constant in this division, no matter what happens in this tournament, which he's probably going to win anyway. So yeah, we are just here along for the ride.
I'll just clarify. Look, for 3 years, this man gave me heart attacks every match I played. So this was just a little bit of. I told you to bet 1. Yeah, well. But,
That's fair. Makes a lot of sense. Joe, you are moving on to round number 2. You will be playing. I can even reveal it's not a choice. You're playing number 10, the number 10 seed, Cameron Holtzman, in a rematch. Thoughts?
Yeah, I've played Cameron a couple of times, and I think both every time I've played him, it's been a great match. And yeah, I'm going to look forward to that. Definitely, again, a player that has been on teams that's challenging for titles. No slouch, but I'm on a mission. I think I showed from Last One Standing the kind of mission I'm on this year, and I'm not looking to end that anytime soon.
Sounds good. Well, Joe, I look forward to watching you continue your mission. Congratulations on the win. We'll see you in round number 2.
Excellent match. Ellie and I were just discussing how one day, yes, when Joe is old and gray, you will take him on and win, right? We're going to be talking about like Avatar 27 at that point, though. Well, maybe not. Those things are coming out pretty slow. Nick, any final thoughts?
No. Good shit from both. Excited to see them come back.
Speaking of good shit, I got to go change Ellie, so I will see you guys later. Thank you to the players. Thank you to the managers. Thank you to Nick for writing. Thank you to my wife, I guess. We'll see you guys next time with another great match. Until then, have a good one. Say bye.